Episode 7. I am your host, Prehistoric, Papa Pre, Showstopper, Main Event, and the Icon. Haven't done that slogan in a while. So good to have you back. Monday nights, 9 p.m. every week. Your boy hosting with your other boy, Mr. Frenchie Fresh. Come on down to the studio. I need to see that pretty face, my friend. Pause. Anybody want to bring Frenchie down? There he is.
Yo.
HD Frenchie.
What's going on?
Oh, you know, just another Monday night at 9 p.m., my dude.
Yeah.
And we got a fucking cool show tonight. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, I mean, I think people already know the guests, but yeah, they had quite the
Well,
battle.
tell them who's coming down, just in case they don't know, Frenchie. Who's coming down?
Okay, I'll say one, you say the other one. We got Krome and
Pathogenic, baby. Now,
yeah,
Frenchie, I just want to clear the air. I want to make sure that you're okay. Usually, you're the only Frenchman on the show, and I just want to make sure that you're okay sharing that with another Frenchman tonight. The DMS champion, Krome.
Krome's the homie, so yeah,
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
As long as you're okay with that, then we'll continue.
For sure, man. Us French people
planned.
like to share we like to share the spotlight, you know.
Yeah, you're good people, man. You're good people, except for when the Sens are playing the Habs, and then we got to put that on hold.
That's okay, because I'm not a Habs fan, so or a Sens fan. So they both suck. So,
oh, God damn you, you son of a bitch! Fuck, man, crazy weekend just in the world in general. I mean, there's the URL event. There was the Conor McGregor fight. That was crazy. That's pretty much it. But it was crazy, man.
Yeah, URL. I don't know if you checked it out. I checked it out a bit. I didn't catch all the battles just because between having the kid and UFC and there's so much going on there, as you were saying. So
I heard Chilla cooked.
Oh, did he ever?
Yeah.
I'm not like some people are saying 3-0. If it's not 3-0, it's definitely a clear 2-1 without no debate. Like Chilla took that. There's no, and Shine is one of my favorites. So there's no argument there. Chilla took that clear. 2-1, 3-0, whatever it is.
Crazy to K-Shine just, I mean, like it or not, I mean, he just beat Pat.
Yeah, he's one of the best, at the end of the day, and Chilla just beat him. So,
well, Chilla's crazy. Actually, our first guest tonight is Battle Chilla Jones, amongst other people, and we're going to bring him out here very shortly. But before we bring out home and shoot the shit, I wanted to know, what is your pick of the week for a battle for these fine people to watch, my friend?
I'm just gonna keep it simple this week. Well, simple. I wouldn't say it's simple, but it's our battle of the year. It just came out last Thursday, so it's only been out for a few days. So a lot of people probably have missed it. So yeah, check out on the CRB channel. It's NBS versus Xavier. It got battle of the year. It was quite entertaining. So yeah,
it's a good battle, man. I watched it back, and it was good. Obviously, it was good. It won fucking battle of the year, but it was actually good. Both those dudes were cooking, man. I had some replay value. There's some layered shit. MBS snapped. Fucking Xavier had the greatest debut, and well, I guess. He had a great debut.
Oh, his MBS impression was fucking great.
It was on point. So make sure you check that out. MBS versus Xavier. It's on our YouTube channel. Sometimes we announce the guest for next week at the end, but I'm so excited about next week's guest that I want to announce it right now. Next week on CRB Live, episode 8, we have none other than the King of the Dot champion, Real Deal, coming down and spending time with us. We're going to shoot the shit and talk about his battle with Sharon, his whole career, and, all kind of whatever happens in between. So next week, 9 p.m., Real Deal, King of the Dot champion, will be on CRB Live. Tune in next week. But this week, we got another fucking killer, actually 2 killers. We're going to start chop it up with Krome. He's going to come down right now. We'll bring on Path in a little bit. So without further ado, I want to introduce Krome, and I want to give him the intro he deserves. He's the DMS champion. He's battled such names as DNA, Chilla Jones, Sharon, JC, Low Pesci, Arcane, Jeffrey, Machete Trevi, Ellipsis, Pathogenic, SM, Jaws, and many more. It's a fucking stellar resume.
He's got a fucking resume, eh?
He's got a resume. He's super dope. Great guy. Let's bring him out. Krome, where are you at, man?
Hey, what's good, guys? What's good? What's good? You hear me?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear.
How's it going, boys?
Good, man. Thank you for taking the time to chat with us tonight, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So doing the research before the interview, I have to say I watched a battle of yours that I'd never seen before. I think it was your debut battle against a fellow by the name of Suicide Clips.
Suicidal Clips.
Suicidal Clips. Does that sound about right?
Of course. Legendary battle.
It was amazing to watch. Well, firstly, I knew your wardrobe choice was a little questionable, but
yeah,
nonetheless, no, I'm fucking with you. He's
Check
wearing a
the
Habs
cup.
jersey.
Peep the cups, bro. Peep the cup. Yeah, no. You know what? To be honest, it kind of was questionable though. Like jerseys, it's not cool to wear jerseys in battles. You know, like I was a couple years late.
It was a different time though. We'll give you a pass on that.
Yeah, there's a few.
But like, my first question was like, is a part of you like kind of sad that you used up all those clips, name flips, just in case you get that date with Charlie down the road? Like, is there a part of you who regrets using those?
Nah, man, not really. Just because I don't think those were my best flips. I think I've had better battles where I flipped the word clip. And I feel like it's a flip that's been done so many times that if I did battle someone like Charlie Clips, I'd probably try to go for strong angles or something rather than name flips. So no, I wasn't too worried about that, to be honest.
Fair enough. Honestly, you were doping it better than most people, but the thing that I noticed most is holy shit evolution from then until your latest shit. It's like it's extremely noticeable, but you had quite a rise. I mean, that battle was 2015, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, did you not battle DNA in 2016? Or something like that timeline, 1 or 2 years in?
Yeah, I believe DNA was a year after my debut. I'm trying to think. I have such a bad memory for like specific dates, but I know that I battled Suicidal Clips. I battled JJ Mulo. I battled
Gravity.
Ether. I battled Gravity. I battled Amida Dawn. And after that, I got DNA. So I don't know what the exact time lapse was, but I did 5 battles basically before I battled DNA. And that's kind of why I got the DNA battle, because we were at a point where I had battled the only 5 people there really was for me to battle in Montreal on DMS at that time, you know? And I had done well in my later battles, and the league felt that it was time for them to invest and bring out. And that event was a huge success. That might be the biggest DMS event, if my memory's correct. Like, we had a lot of people out there.
The crowd at DMS events looks crazy. I regret to say, and I honestly mean this, I haven't been to one for various reasons. But I need to come out. I know Frenchie's been. I know. I think Jug has been, and a lot of the Ottawa boys. But like the DMS events, they're huge. They got that URL feel almost, like in the sense there's stage battles, there's huge crowds, there's the energy in there is different. Like what's it like battling at home in Montreal on that stage compared to say in Toronto on King of the Dot or elsewhere? Like what's the most noticeable thing?
DMS is my home crowd, so I'll always have my fans in the crowd there for me, which is cool. But I still find it's harder to battle on DMS because the expectation is so much higher. Of course, if I go battle on a league where I'm the main event or whatever, I understand that there's high expectations. But on my home league, I feel like I'm the champion, right? And to some people, I'm undefeated on that league as well. So it's really important that every time I go out, I got, so I feel like battling on DMS is always harder for me. And the crowd, like we have, our crowds are dope. Like they love to react and all that, but they're not necessarily the most battle rap seasoned crowds. And even when they are, we have like mixed events where we do half the battles in French, half the battles in English. Sometimes we'll have a French crowd. That's the thing about Montreal. Our demographic is really split. Like a lot of French speaking people, and a lot of English speaking people as well. So the crowd's different at DMS.
Do you change your approach to battling depending on where you're battling, material wise? Like you battled out in Surrey with me a couple years ago on a smoked out event. Would your preparation for that battle with DP the Mercenary be different than say battling DNA on DMS? And if so, how is it different?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I don't really change my writing style depending on the league or the size of the crowd or none of that. But DMS is it's my home league, and like I said, I'm the champion of that league. So there's definitely
like back in the day when the fans expected Maurice Richard to score every night.
Basically,
right? Yeah.
That's what it is. And he did, exactly. And what it is in the writing process, or in the writing process, or when I prepare for a battle like DNA on DMS, for example, there's a lot more. Like I have material that's a lot more catered to the Montreal crowd when I battle on DMS. A lot of my bars that I do on DMS, nobody will get anywhere else if you don't watch DMS battles, or if you're not in Montreal, or if you're not. And Trevi has a lot of moments like that too, where he mentions Montreal-related things, and it's a haymaker,
Yeah.
And people might be watching online and be like, "Why? Like, I don't understand why this is such a big deal."
Yeah.
So that's the main difference.
It's like a fine line you have to walk, I guess, where you want to get that in-building reaction. And I want to talk to you about the Sharon battle soon, because Sharon's very good at this. He's able to, and you as well, target the home crowd, but also have material that's just relatable, to a more generic audience, right? So it's like that fine line. And I think you walk that line quite well, and you definitely continue to improve on that front. So salute to that. Now, is it true? Like, and most of my research, I watched your battles, so I'm pretty sure it is true. But you haven't battled on King of the Dot in a few years now.
Ellipsis. I haven't battled. Since was Ellipsis my last King of the Dot battle? Yeah, I think it was.
I believe it was Ellipsis, and I think that was the end of 2018. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah.
Just trust me, it's right. Yeah.
I trust you, because I don't know. Like I said, time. Like to me, it feels like I did that battle 6 months ago. It's hard to.
Yeah. My point, or my question is, like, that's quite a long time. Like, to me, you were one of the rising stars that they're trying to build there, justifiably so. But it's quite a hiatus. Are you going to be battling on King of the Dot soon, do you think? Is that in the cards?
Yeah, sure. I hope so. I had something. I can't really talk about anything. I had something lined up with King of the Dot. That was. Anyways, the battle didn't end up happening, or it didn't end up happening like it should have.
Okay.
And it's a battle that might be rescheduled soon, so I can't say more than that about it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, it's never been a thing where. Listen, I don't think I'm the most in-demand battler on King of the Dot, but it's never been a thing where King of the Dot won't book me. It's just. It just hasn't worked out since then. We haven't found a way to get a battle going that. Either a date issue, or either I had, commitments. I kind of went on a little spree where I was just doing what I wanted to do. I was booking battles all across the country and going in battle some up and comers. And like I said, I have a very good relationship with everyone at King of the Dot.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're great, man. They're great people. And it's not, like I said, it's not like I don't want to be on King of the Dot, or they don't want to have me on King of the Dot. It's really just been. Like I said, I've been doing other things, and battle rap isn't the thing for me as well. Is I really appreciate all the opportunities I've got King of the Dot, and they know that. But at the same time, I don't have that. Like, I don't think I have 20, 30 battles left in me. You know what I mean? I don't aspire to be a battle rapper on the very, very long term thing. Like, I don't aspire to try to make a run on King of the Dot and try to become, like a King of the Dot champion or whatever. I'm not saying it's not something that would be cool or an accomplishment that I would like. It's just not something that I aspire to the point where I'm really gunning for that. So if I do battle on King of the Dot, it's not really because I want to prove anything. You know, I've done that part where I went from GZ to the main page. I got to battle Chilla, like you said, on Gully versus Ganic. Like, these were all big things that I wanted to accomplish, and I did. And now I just want to have fun with it, you know. So even if I do go battle on King of the Dot, it's not going to be on some, I want to prove where I am in the ranking or none of that. You know, it's going to be just because I like the matchup. I want to have a good battle. You know, if they want to have me on the platform, I'm glad to be there. But like I said, it's more been, you know, I traveled. I came to CRB. I went to iBattle. Went to Smoked Out. I did my little Canadian tour there for a while. And yeah, I'm due to get back on King of the Dot though, for sure.
No doubt, man. There's a battle that never happened that I was dying to see. You and Dunch.
Yeah.
I know there's circumstance and whatnot, but to me, like, that battle would have been, I don't know, I think it would have been huge if it had popped off when it was supposed to. I think it must have been 3-4 years ago. What's your take on Dunch? I mean, a lot of people or I don't know, people who are watching this might know Dunch. I mean, he's incredible, but he doesn't really battle much. Were you prepared for that battle? Like, and is that how do you think that would have gone?
I was prepared. Well, listen, as prepared as I am, I'm a very last minute guy. So me and Dunch had been locked into battle a few times, and it never went through. So I did prepare, you know, a good chunk of material for Dunch. I'm sure he had some stuff for me as well. As far as how I feel about Dunch, man, listen, I think Dunch is one of the best in the world. Like, I think he's just as good as Pat Stay at what Pat Stay does, for example. He's just not. Wow. I don't consider Dunch a professional battle rapper in the sense that, you know, he doesn't really care about battle rap, in my opinion. But that doesn't mean that he's not great at it. Like, if he wanted to, he could easily be one of those guys that'll rise the ranks on any league, and you know what I mean. But he has his own thing going on, and yeah, but that, like I said, I've always been one of the guys to tell Dunch, like, yo, you gotta fucking keep battling. You gotta push. You gotta go do battles on King of the Dot. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. And he's not. How could I say? He's a bit like me in the sense that when he battles, he wants to do it for fun, right? He wants to do it in front of the right crowd with the right opponent. Not really in it to prove anything to anybody. You know?
I think it translates well on camera too. Like the fact that he doesn't try too hard, it's very it's compelling. It's likable from a fan's perspective, and as a fan, because that's personally, like, I'm a fan. You can tell when somebody is really invested and almost trying too hard, and that kind of laid back approach, I think really translates well.
It's hard. It's hard to beat, man. It's hard to beat someone who looks like they don't care.
Like Pepe, like man.
When you're trying. Yo, Pepe. Shout out to Pepe, man. Pepe's a monster.
Absolutely, man. Shout outs to Pepe. Now, moving right along here. And Frenchie, please, if you have anything to jump in with at any point in time, and what you think of that. Lopeshi, a legend in Canadian battle rap, in rap in general, in Ottawa. He's always going to be connected here. Of course, I've known Lo for a long time. Sure. With, of course, the connection to Oso, G Hindu Kush, and his great friendship with Bender and whatnot, and all the events here. Now, all that said, you had a huge battle against him in Montreal a couple of years ago, which was kind of billed as it was basically a title match without there being a title on the line, so to speak. I want to just kind of hear your thoughts on what it was like to battle Lo, and like, what did you think of the battle, and just, yeah, I kind of want to hear your take on that whole situation.
It was well, for me, it was huge to battle Lo. You know, like, I'm a big Lopeshi fan, and I started like watching Battle rap, mostly what I was watching at first. I think the first battle I watched was like Cassidy versus Freeway in that studio battle, and after that, my second battle was like Lopesci versus Real Deal. Granted, wasn't a very good battle for Lopesci. Where I didn't watch that battle for the right reasons. But all that to say, like, I knew he was from Montreal, and from there I started following his music and his battles, and I really started watching King of the Dot battles because of Lopesci, because I was like, oh shit, this guy's from Montreal, and I was kind of rooting for him, you know.
Yeah.
So for me to battle Low was really cool. It was a big look for me, you know. Obviously, I wanted to win that battle, and like you said, it wasn't a title match, but it definitely had a feeling, at least to the fans, right? For the fans, there was definitely a feeling of like the passing of the torch, and you know, for me, it was really. I was tired of just being the best in Montreal at the moment. Like, you know, I was tired of it being like oh yeah, you're good now because like Low Pesci's not around or whatever. So for me to get that battle was like, okay, now I get to battle Low and show what I can do, you know?
Totally.
And yeah, like I said, I'm a huge Low Pesci fan. So for me, it was when I rewatched that battle. I mean, I think I definitely won the battle. I think most people they have me winning the battle, but when I rewatch the battle, there's a bit of that thing where I see myself trying so hard, you know, and I see Low being so effortlessly good. And I'm like, I realize how even from that battle to where I am now, how much I've learned, you know what I mean? How much I grew. Like I had good material. I was saying some good stuff. But just the way I was acting on stage basically was a bit tragic, you know? And I was like, when I rewatch it now, I cringe a bit. I'm like, I was like, I wanted to win so bad, you know, like I wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
It was another day.
Well, we're our own toughest critics for sure. And watching back the tape can be tough when you're watching your own battles, but it's good that you do it because I'm sure you learn tons of stuff for your following battles from watching previous ones. So
yeah, definitely.
No, that was a great battle, and I think it was really an important part in Montreal battle rap history, and then, I mean, I do want to talk about the Sharon, but I got to ask, what was it like? So you actually battled for the title against Machete Trevi, who's a good friend of yours. Is that the first time you battled someone who you would consider like an actual like? You know, you would go to the bar and have a beer with, like an actual close friend? Is that the first one? And what was that like?
No, maybe not the first time that I battled someone that I would go grab a beer with, because I have a lot of like, I battled Tape Deck, for example. Shout out to Tape Deck. That's the homie, you know.
That was a fire battle.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite battles I've ever done.
That was a one-rounder?
Yeah, on iBattle.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, like I've battled people that were my friends before we battled. But Trevi's like one of my best friends, you know, it's like a brother to me. So it's a bit different on in that sense, but
still pretty mean.
Yeah, we had to be mean. That's the thing. We told each other before the battle, like we didn't want to go for like a super personal battle either, and we both find that shit corny either way. Like if we were gonna start doing personals, like, oh, I know that they're like, you know, like we both knew we weren't gonna do that, so we didn't even really talk about that. But we both agreed that like we shouldn't hold back, you know, like that we should battle each other basically.
Yeah.
And I think that's why we got a good battle out of it. But it's really hard, you know, like when you're battling someone who's your friend, it's hard because when you don't know somebody personally. Like a lot of people I've battled and I became good friends with them after the battle. You know, most people I battled, I became good friends with them after the battle. But when you're writing for someone you don't know, it's easy to make up a scenario of how that person's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? You could say anything. You could say, based off this, I assume that your character is this, and you're a piece of shit. It's like, you know, it's a lot easier to write that when you don't really know somebody and you're just going off, like you're just hyping yourself in your head to diss that person or to hate that person or to think that person's a piece of shit. But when it's someone that you know, someone that you like, someone who's your friend, I don't know, it's weird. I find it's harder to blatantly just make up a lie knowing that it's not true because you know that person. You know?
Totally, man. I think it's a unique situation in battle. I mean, it's happened obviously in some of the most memorable battles of all time. Pat Stay versus Holohan comes to mind.
Yeah, that's one of the ones, yeah.
It's a classic. And then on a lesser level, of course, Bender and Lopesci had a solid battle, and they were good friends. So it's totally an interesting dynamic. Now, speaking of interesting dynamics, battle in Ottawa 2 years ago, I believe it was the battle of the year on CRB. You took on none other than Corey Sharon in his hometown at a sold out event at the 27 Club, and it was incredible, man. I think you fucking did amazing, and I think the deck was kind of stacked against you in a sense, like that whole crowd, or at least I don't know, let's say 60% was kind of there for Sharon, not necessarily a battle rap crowd, and it was. Part of it is embarrassing on how the crowd acted at certain times, and we're hoping to address that. But all that said, it was a fucking great battle, and I just want to hear your take on it, and how you think you did, he did, and like what did you learn from that battle?
Well, I mean, first off, I can't blame the crowd, you know, like if people come to see Sharon and they want Sharon to win, and they like, you know, like I can't be mad at that. That's him, you know what I mean?
And it was his first time in his hometown.
Exactly. Well, I mean, you know, so I wasn't mad at that at all. Like that's not an issue, because like I understand that, you know what I mean, and I appreciate that, because it's cool to see that battle rap has fans like that, you know what I mean, that like people are actually fans of battle rappers. It's so rare nowadays that battle rappers have fans. People are fans of battle rap leagues, and you know, whoever battles on that league they'll watch, but it's rare that people come out to see a battle rapper, even if they'll watch their battle on YouTube or whatever, for them to pay to come to an event and all that. So like I said, that's part of the game. I don't think there's an issue with the fact that the crowd was you know, biased for Sharon. But the battle itself, I mean, Sharon's another guy that I've been watching for so long. You know what I mean? And to battle him is like, as a Canadian, especially, you know, I think that's what it was for me as a Canadian to get that battle. I think I've been mentioned a lot in the upper echelon of like Canadian battle rap for a minute. So to battle a guy like Sharon, who's at the top, literally. It was cool, man. It was an amazing experience, you know. And listen, man, I think I can't blame the crowd for anything. Like I think Sharon was incredible that night. It's one of his best battles. I still think it's literally one of his best performances that he's ever had.
It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, and his rounds were much longer than mine. But once again, I can't fault him for that. You know, I think he took that battle and he deserved to win that battle. But I think I think I showed up and I did what I was supposed to do, which is show that I belong, right? Which is show that I'm not
100%.
Yeah, I think it was your third round, your angle there. You were talking some shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing, man. And like I said, I'm a huge fan of Sharon. And Sharon's another person that I battled and then became good friends with. You know, like he's a great guy, and it's just a dope experience. Like overall, like that experience. Even though I acknowledge that I lost, like I think I lost the battle, it's one of my battle experiences that I cherish more than a lot of my wins. You know, for example, it's something that, and I'm proud of my performance. You know, that's what it always is for me, win or lose. If I go out and I do what I want to do, I'm not worried about, you know, like if I'm proud of my performance, it's the type of battle I can rewatch, and I'm not going to be like, that round wasn't good or this wasn't. Then, you know, so it's all that to say that it's a great memory for me. It was a great experience, and yeah, man, shout out to Sharon for taking that battle. I think it was a good one for Canadian battle rap for sure.
100%, man. What's the beef with Thesaurus, man? What?
Jeez, that's been coming for a while.
Ask me questions, and I didn't even see this one coming. That's actually
I asked the hardball questions. What? Thesaurus is such a legend in battle rap. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I don't know him as well as you, but we've always had very good interactions. But I can see some online stuff. Is there a beef there, and is there a chance?
Yeah, there's no fly zone in Montreal, bro.
Could we see that battle happen at some point in time?
I don't think so. I don't think there's. First of all, I don't think he would take the battle. I think he would duck it under the guise of like, I don't deserve it or something like that. And to be honest, it's not a battle that I want to do either way. You know, like my issues with the source are more on a personal level. I just don't like the way he carries himself. I think he's very disrespectful. I think he uses his platform as a battler to bully people online. Like I see him pick on fans all the time, you know, and he gets his fan base to turn on them and things like that. So it's more about his way of carrying himself online that's rubbed me the wrong way for a really long time. And then he started picking on me. So it was kind of like you know, like I said, it's not, there's nothing super serious there, but it's just, it got to the point of, you know, if I see you, we're gonna fight. So it's not. I don't want to battle him. I wouldn't want to. Like, to me, battle rap is not something that you do with someone that you actually dislike, with someone that you actually don't respect, or you know, battle rap is, like I said, most of the guys I battle, I'm good friends with after, or I have a lot of respect for. So okay. I wouldn't be interested in battling him. And like I said, I'm not going out of my way to like call him out or like, you know, insult him or anything like that. But it's just.
No, I mean, I brought him up. I don't think you wouldn't have brought him up if it wasn't.
No, exactly. And it's just like, I'm not on some, I'm not, you guys have never seen it. Everybody who knows me knows I'm not on some tough guy shit that I go around and like, yo, I'm going to beat up everybody. I don't do that shit, but it's just, it's like he's one of those people where, you know, if I see him somewhere, like we're probably better off not being in the same venue or at the same event or, so yeah, it's definitely, you're not going to see that battle. That battle's not going to happen.
All right, Frenchie, I know what battle I want to make for capital punishment next year, so let's put our heads together.
Pull out that checkbook, fan.
All right, fair enough. Anyway, no, I wanted to ask you about that. Now, you battled Pathogenic in Smoked Out Battles in Thunder Bay a few months ago. Path is someone who's been on my radar for a minute, and when I heard that battle was announced, I said, shit, that's probably going to be really fucking good. And it was. So if you haven't seen that battle, make sure you check that out. Pathogenic versus Krome. And I want
yeah, it was crazy.
I want to right now actually bring out Pathogenic. We're going to shoot the shit, talk about that battle, and then I'm going to talk to Path after and let Krome get some sleep. So I will thank you right now for taking the time to come on.
Thank you for having me once again, man.
Please come again soon. Pause and let's get Pathogenic out here. Path, come on down, brother.
Yo, what's good, gentlemen?
Sheesh.
There he is. How you doing, man?
Oh, you know, keep on keeping on.
That's what I like to hear. Well, I know that you've been watching the show the last few weeks, so you kind of know the format. It's pretty loose here. You had a classic with this man, with Krome. Did you expect the battle to turn out the way that it did, or did it even surprise you, Path?
Yeah, I would say that it did surprise me. I guess I'm kind of in a weird middle ground at the time when I'm having that battle with Krome, where, you know, I wasn't sure exactly if he was going to treat me like a threat, I guess, and so I think he went first. He likes to go first, and he had a bar about like beam to his forehead. We're running temperature checks.
Yeah.
And he said that, and I went, okay, yeah, this is going to be a battle. Yeah.
Well,
so,
and it was. It was.
Oh yeah, that first round, holy fuck! I was like, yo, let's go. Yeah, it really like.
There's a lot of. Totally, Frenchie. I couldn't agree more. And I gotta say, like, and I mean this in the best way possible. There's definitely some similarities in some aspects of your approach to battling. One, you both project very well, and your material is typically catered to the opponent. Like it's quite direct. You're both very direct, and you're quite aggressive. So like, and you do gun bars too. Like, I mean, there's a lot of parallels, and then of course some different shit. So I think it meshed really well. Krome, did Path surprise you in that battle, or was he on your radar? Or did you expect him to turn up like he did?
Yeah, man. Well, I can't say he surprised me. Like I would never show up to a battle trying to take it light, and I knew he was good, and I think that was his best performance. So I could say it was surprising in the fact that it was his best performance, but I can't say I was surprised in the sense that, like, me and Trevi joked about it a lot before the battle, about how I'm like, oh, this kid's gonna smoke me, like Pathogenic's gonna. I'm like, this guy's been writing for 6 years, and he's gonna fucking body, like, you know. Like, and we watched your guys' battle actually, which was dope. The video battle you guys did,
right?
And I thought his material was really dope in that. And I was like, yeah,
It was.
like, this kid could write, you know, like he's gonna come to rip my head off. So it was important for me to show up, man. Like because that's one thing that. As much as I'm not like a super popular battle rapper, this is a good battle for Pathogenic for sure to show up in. And it kind of cheapens it. If I don't show up, it kind of cheapens that impact, right? If he just beats me and I'm super sloppy, even if
you only get the one view, yeah.
Yeah, and even if I wasn't like gonna make excuses about it, my fan base would, or just fans in general, would be like, "Oh, Krome didn't take it seriously. Like he didn't care about like this or that." They can't say that now. If you think Pathogenic won, well, he won, man. He was the better guy. He was the better rapper on that night, and I took him serious, man. I went in there trying to win the battle. I didn't go in there like, you know what I mean? So I think that was important. But I can't say I was surprised because, like I said, I expected him to do everything he could to win, you know? So my job was to go in there and show him that, you know, like I've been doing this a long time, and we're going to fight. Go fight, buddy.
Well, I'll tell you right now, I mean, replay value is a huge, huge factor when it comes to these battles and gaining popularity. And when you have two guys who are punching as often as you are and like good punches, it's going to really gain you a lot of fans. And I think that battle has a ton of replay value, which I got to salute both of you. And shout out to Smoked Out Battles. Shout out to Jesse. Shout out to Billboard. And everyone doing their thing at Smoked Out because I got a lot of love for those guys. And I think it was one of the battles of the year as far as I'm concerned. So
appreciate
easily.
Salute to you both, man. Krome, I want to thank you again, brother. I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to shoot the shit with Path here and Frenchie, and we'll get you back on the show down the road, and we'll get you in the CRB ring again.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, man.
Sooner rather than later. I mean, that Paul Rich matchup always interests me, so we'll see what happens.
I thought he was retired. I thought he was, or did he just?
It's a kind of actually, hold on. This segue.
Is this an announcement? Are you spoiling?
Not even. I was just gonna say Poe's kind of like Conor McGregor because he retires all the time, and then I had to talk to you about our boy Conor because I know we're both big fans, and he lost fair and square to the better fighter on the night. I mean, what's your take on that fight, and what's next for him?
Listen, man, I'm a big Conor fan. You know that I was heartbroken that he lost, but
me too.
You know, Dustin was great. Conor, I think Conor had a game plan and he was kind of stubborn about it. I think he knew that he was the better striker and he thought he was going to I think he really believed he was going to knock him out in 60 seconds. And he didn't check any of those leg kicks, man. I think that was the biggest part of the fight. And once his leg was out, well,
game over.
Once you have your stance is gone, then you're going to get hit with some big shots. And that's what happened. And shout out to Dustin. He was impeccable, man. Like his game plan was perfect for
shout out to Dustin. I hear he's a fan of the show. He might be watching at home.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Louisiana. So shout out to him. Send us some hot sauce. I think, Frank, we're going to wrap that up. I think he got out coached. I think Poirier's coach came up with a better game plan and they executed. So anyway, it's not an MMA show, but I'm happy we got to shoot the shit, and we'll talk to you very soon. Krome, thank you for coming out.
Yes, sir. It was a pleasure, sir.
Peace, my dude.
Take care, guys. Block party.
Pathogenic.
What's up, sir?
All right, man. I've been waiting a long time for this time. I mean, so Krome alluded to it. Our friendship blossomed through a online battle that we did on UBL. Shout out to Z Pro who set that up, and on Owen and all those dudes. Before we get into our battle, online battles in general, what's your take on it? Because you seem to be quite I think you're better than most people at them. Your energy translates really well through the camera, but like do you enjoy doing that? Do you think of it more of a sparring session or what do you think?
I definitely prepare for it a lot differently, I would say. And I know the first one I did one for Smoked Out, would have been right around 420 for our emergency broadcast against Human. And I remember going into it and thinking, yo, it's just one round. I'm just going to set my phone up. Easy. Piece of cake. Not even close. The amount of takes that I had to do to make sure that I didn't distract myself seeing like me on the phone while I'm trying to do my thing, ridiculous. And so after that, I kind of had a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth for the video battles. And I was like, you know what, I'm not going to do anymore. And then the UBL stuff, and then our battle happened. And then I ended up doing one more even not too long ago with Real Deal, actually. So we had a video battle not too long ago. And I think that if you get the right battlers in regard to a video battle, then you can make it rewatchable. But the hard thing is that if there isn't a crowd, if there isn't that sort of a live feel, it's hard for somebody to want to be like, yeah, I'll watch that again a second time. So I think that it has its limitations.
I think the COVID era that we lived through definitely made it a little bit more tolerable, for lack of a better word. And we were dying for some entertainment. And frankly, like, there was some pretty good video battles that came out. Shout out to UBL. I do think that you and I had one of the better ones, if not the best one that I've seen. Not to toot my own horn, but we killed it. So
yeah,
shout out to us. Yeah, but I mean, that's spar in the ring. Where the hell did you come from, man? Like, where all of a sudden this kid, I don't know how old you, it doesn't matter. You come out of nowhere and you start fucking smashing everyone with this incredible stage presence, punching. Like, were you an MC before you entered the a cappella battling? Were you a rapper? Like, were you an actor? Where the hell did you come from, bro?
Honestly, I think my brother took me to my first rap show when I was like 20 years old. And
got it.
And so after that, I was really impressed by it. I was watching them do their thing. And just like every person who's listened to rap music ever, I went, yeah, I could probably do that. And then quickly realized that was not the
Frenchie, you still there?
Oh, I'm here.
Pat? Shit, he froze. I was really into that answer.
Yeah.
Jugga, you there?
I just started watching. It was.
Oh, there he is. Sorry, man, you cut out for a second there, but what I gathered was your brother had taken you to some hip hop shows. You thought that you could do it, then you realized it was harder, and then the video cut out. So I would be guessing to say, but Cole's Notes version, you clearly realized that you can do this.
Yeah, he showed me like an actual rap battle in probably like November of 2019, and at that point I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy. I should give that a try.
Did you say November of 2019?
Yeah.
Oh, you know how fucking frustrating it is that you're that good after that? Like, Jesus Christ, man, that's crazy. November 2019. That was almost 2 years ago, man. Wow.
Yeah.
So then it's kind of snowballed quickly for you. Like, you've accumulated, a solid resume, but I have a feeling in the next 12 to 24 months, you're going to probably be taking it to the next level. I know we had Gully on the show last week, and you're definitely on his radar. What I'd like to see for you, man, and it might be a little out there, but I think you're ready to just debut on King of the Dot on Gully versus Gannick. Just throw him right in there.
I've had a couple King of the Dot battles already.
That's true. But what I mean, but I'm talking main stage.
I feel you.
Yeah, I think you're ready, is what I'm saying. I think
I'm ready for whatever, man.
I think that would be
when it comes to battles, I'm literally always ready, always writing. I pretty much anytime a matchup gets even hypothetically thrown my way, my brain immediately just has like 6 or 7 different ideas of which ways I want to go. And
all right, let's test that. Let's test that theory right now. I'm going to throw a matchup at you that I thought of earlier that would be fucking crazy. Pathogenic versus KP.
Versus KP?
Yeah, what do you think of KP?
KP's fire. That already got brought up not too long ago, so I had some ideas floating for him.
Oh, that would be a fucking dope battle.
Yeah.
Switching gears now, I don't think I'm like breaking the fourth wall or whatever they say. Like it's already been brought up in your battles, so I'm not like dry snitching or anything about like what you do for a living.
Yeah.
I believe you're a zookeeper, which
That's
is
fire.
fucking very cool.
Yeah.
And are you prepared for the fact that and just know this that this will be brought up until you retire?
Completely prepared for that.
Which is totally fine, but like that's got to be one of the most unique and interesting professions of a battle rapper. Who has thus far said the best like zookeeper bar to you?
Oh, Krome for sure. Krome for sure. In
What did he
his
say
third
again?
round, he had said something about your ops are woodland creatures that live up in the mountains, and then followed it up by saying there's bears outside the zoo, saying defund the zoo and free the homies or something
That's
like that.
right. That's
Yeah.
That
right.
was crazy.
That was fire.
Yeah, he had a great angle about it. But I've heard it in pretty much every battle that I've done.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like Real Deal, right? Real Deal is a teacher. Everyone knows it. But it's about hopefully the opponent finding a creative way of doing it, right? And thus far, I would have to agree that Krome succeeded with that. And it's a great angle. Now, it's kind of a weird question, but I wrote it down, so I'm going to ask it. And I was serious when I thought of it, too, but it looks really weird on paper. But, like, when we're as battle rappers, when we're preparing for a battle, we are running our bars all the time, no matter what, because like you have to. You're probably running them 100 times a day. Have you ever, or would you ever, be like sparring with any exotic creatures or animals? Have you like been alone with a monkey and dropped your third round before? And how was it received? Serious question.
It's a serious question. I'm going to take a lot of consideration to answer it.
Thank you.
No, I have not, but the thought has crossed my mind, especially with the snow macaques, just because it'd be good enrichment for them, right? Enrichment's what we do for the animals to make sure that they are having something unique happen in their day. And especially with monkeys, body language is a huge thing. And so me waving my arms around and doing crazy shit, I'm sure that would be impressive for them.
That was a way better answer than I expected. Really, really exceeded my expectations on that answer. And frankly, that makes sense. Why aren't you the smoked out champion?
Why am I not the smoked out champion?
I mean, I think you are, but why haven't you taken it yet?
I just, there's been a couple times where it's been talked about and it just hasn't lined up. So you never know what's going to end up happening. I don't want to talk about too much stuff. So
it's something that you might aspire for in the future.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
You already said it yourself, right? It almost feels like I am already. So might as well make it official.
Yeah, I would tune in for sure, man. We're gonna play a little game now. We did it last week, called Rapid Fire. So how this game works is I'm gonna fire out either a name or an easy question or a multiple choice, and you got to answer right away, like maximum a sentence, maybe a word, whatever feels right. And we're not gonna time it. We're just gonna get through this. So I'm gonna name some people and some shit, and we're gonna see how it goes.
Sounds good.
A-Ward.
Oh, rebuttals. Scary. That's a scary guy.
Poe Rich.
Oh. OG.
Marv.
The GOAT.
Saint.
Inspiration.
Fresco.
Come back, bro.
Craig Maven.
Just laugh.
LOL. Got it. DP the Mercenary.
Not direct enough.
Aspire.
Like Aspire?
Aspire? Yeah.
Nah.
Okay. Well,
I'll tune in
a later episode. Yeah.
I'll tune in. That'll be what I say.
Old school. Sketch Menace.
Oh, Calgary's own, man. That's where I'm from.
I know that's why he's on the list, bro.
Yeah.
No, he's a legend no matter what.
Yeah.
Cheddar cheese.
Great music.
Caustic.
Rivals Arsenal.
Did Carol Baskin kill her husband?
Who's tuned in right now? Who's listening?
I don't know.
I can't say. I can't say if I have insider information.
I knew you had inside information on this.
All I can't say.
All right.
Yes.
Who did you have winning the title match, Real Deal or Sharon?
I had Sharon with a slight edge, but I was not upset like other people were.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Red shirt Mike.
Red shirt Mike. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand. G-Show.
G-Show? The one I've been compared to the most.
That's so interesting because you're so different, but you, I guess, just regionally, or I don't know. I don't see the comparison, but I guess maybe because you're coming up at the same time.
I think that's what it was. I think it's both of us coming from Smoked Out that it sort of was comparative between us, and the way that we improved and how much we grew in a short period of time in a place where there isn't exactly that much talent that's coming in. So I think that's where that comparison was drawn.
Good answer. Pepe.
Underrated.
Did you mean overrated?
Is he still in the chat? He's been saying some wild ass shit in the comments. Maybe I did mean overrated.
I don't know. Fucking Pepe, man. All right, who's hotter, Jennifer Love Hewitt or Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Who would be scarier to battle, Caustic or Carter Deems? / who would be
Caustic.
Okay.
Caustic, because Carter Deems can't fuck with the cats that I work with. So.
Fuck. Bars, man.
Yeah, easy.
That was nice. All right. Have you ever said anything in a battle that you regret or that you wouldn't say now?
No, I mean, not overly. This is a funny story. I don't know if we got time for it.
Go for it, man. We're good.
So my first battle happened, and no joke, after watching as much as I had, I told him that I was going to shoot both his kids. And at the time, I was like, you know what? That's pretty par for the course. I feel like that's not a big deal. And that was in January of 20. Maybe I got my date mixed up. Anyway, it was in January. And I told him that. And a year later, in his next battle that he had done, he brought it up because I was at the event and was like, you know, the next person that talks about my kids, I'm fucking them up. And I was like, bro, it's been a year, man. Like I have no skin off my back, but you've obviously been holding on to it for a long time. So yeah. I guess that'd be the only thing that has ever come up again. But no, I don't really write too much disrespectful stuff.
I think like there's no line in battle rap. Everyone has their own line.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own line. And if you're going to cross it, then you need to be willing to deal with the consequences of, depending on who it is, of course. I mean, but.
Yeah. Like against Revelation, I had that battle in Toronto on Beast Mode. And I think the day that I got on the flight, literally me and Jesse and Brady Burns, we got on the flight. And I'm on the plane and I'm getting a message from Rev saying, like, you know, my son was just born. He was born prematurely. Are you already on your way? Is there any way that we could move the battle, etc.? And I was like, yo, I'm already on my way. And he said he was going to make it work. And I had a bar in one of my rounds that had brought up his son because I knew that obviously he was expecting.
Yeah.
But with all of the stuff that had happened, like I went up to him at the event when he was there and I was like, yo, let's go outside quick. I'm going to tell you that I have a bar about, you know, your kid. It wasn't meant maliciously. Obviously, you know, the premature birth thing wasn't expected. And so I was like, I'll just tell you it now so that you know that it's coming, right? Because that's something you don't want to have happen. If it's something that could hypothetically be, that offensive. I was like, fuck it, I'll just tell you right now.
And I think that's a good point, because some people who might be watching this who don't battle rap might be like, oh, he could have just taken it out. But I'm sure, at least I'm assuming, like structurally, if you start taking shit out and you've rehearsed it fucking X amount of times, that could mess up your whole entire round. So like removing bars is actually a lot harder than one might imagine. So I think that's a very respectful way of handling it.
Yeah, plus the bar was crazy, so I was like, I'm not fucking taking it out.
Well, that too, right? And plus you gotta win the battle. So shout out to Beast Mode. Check out Path First Revelation on there. I got one other stupid question on here. Fucking who's smarter, a dolphin or a mountain lion?
Oh, a dolphin. Okay. Easy. Oh yeah.
I think dolphins are smarter than humans in a lot of ways, but that's a conversation
for very smart. Day. Also, I want to put it out there. I have, in fact, seen shark shit. So the fact that Mac Myron brought that up on King of the Dot there, the Grand Prix, and was like, nobody's seen it before. If I got to be the one that's seen it, I guess I'll wear that mantle too.
So you heard it here first. Path was the first man to see shark shit. Path, man, I think that first I took that battle with you online because I see like a really high ceiling for your career, whatever this is. I think you're really talented. I think you're going to have some crazy battles and become a huge star in King of the Dot and maybe even worldwide. So I do want to thank you for coming by and wish you the best of luck. And Jimmy Stacy wrote in the comments that Path needs a plate in Ottawa in the 613. I might be paraphrasing, and I couldn't agree more. And stay tuned, because we might have some announcements in the near future, guys. So we're talking and we're going to figure something out, and we'll definitely get Pathogenic down here. Make sure you check out Pathogenic versus Krome.
Yeah, cool story.
What's up? Did we lose Papa? Where did Papa go?
I'm actually taking over for the last 2 minutes of the show. Pri's leaving.
Sounds good, bro.
I mean, we could talk about shark shit more. It's all, fair game.
Well, good time to plug the site, capitalrapbattles.ca, get some merch,
Facts. And before I head out, I'll just say there's some big shit coming on the way. So for anyone who's tuning in and watching me and my battles, definitely keep a lookout, because there's some big stuff going on.
So you can't drop any hints?
I'll be on the lookout.
Drop any hints? Nah.
So real quick, has there been battles happening out there in Alberta over the last few months?
August was the last one. Smoked Out, we actually had done a 2-day event in August, and then we did the one in November as well.
Oh, look, Papa's back. All right. I'm on.
That was unfortunate. Sorry, guys. What I miss?
I was plugging myself.
Yeah,
exactly. I took over the show for you. I was going to start interviewing Frenchie, but
for that and shit.
I'm going to get replaced like that. Well, I mean, I was doing my nice big wrap up.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Pri, so,
Oh, you can't hear me?
We can't really hear you, but, sadly, the internet's just like, no, sorry, Pri, not today.
Can he actually not hear me? I don't even know.
Obviously, for anybody, check out this man's battles. He's got a bunch on Smoked Out, and he's got some on King of the Dot as well. So be sure to check him out, and follow us follow the gang. Capital Rap Battles.
Shout out CRB, man. Thanks for having me out.
For sure, man. Shout out Smoked Out. So. Yeah, man. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, guys. I guess you can't hear me now, but
we'll see you later.
See you guys.
Pri, it was nice chatting with you. I'm gonna sign language to you.
God bless you all.
All right, guys.